All right, here we are, day 18. Today's theme is gaze. And for the theme of gaze, I thought we would work on our soft gaze. So you might have heard me mention it before. For people who don't like to close their eyes, or some just prefer to use the soft gaze when they meditate. It's the practice of just gently gazing softly over the tip of your nose and maybe trying to defocus a little bit, or soft gaze. So we're going to work with that and hopefully get a little rest out of that activity by noting the relative rest of that soft gaze. So maybe set yourself up in an environment without a lot of activity going on, because we're going to be in the C category of our sensory experience, and we're hoping to make it restful. So the less activity, the better. All right. So I'll give you a minute to get situated, and we'll see you over there on the meditation. All right, everybody. Here we are, day 18. We're going to do gaze. So stretch up and settle into your meditative posture for today, whatever is working best for you. And we're going to go ahead and just get started. As usual, you can, let's start off with a couple deep breaths. You can keep your eyes open for this, and maybe practice doing a soft gaze over the tip of your nose. So let's get the 3 breaths started, and then after that, I'll expand on what the soft gaze is. All right. Well, go ahead and, if you're ready, start your inhale on the first one, and exhale, and just kind of settle in. And maybe you're holding some tension in your shoulders, your neck. And go ahead and take a nice deep inhale for number 2. And same deal. Maybe look around within your body experience and notice if there's anywhere you're holding tension. Just kind of rest, relax into it. And go ahead and start on the 3rd breath in, if you haven't already. Nice big deep breath. And then exhale, and then always check in with see if your forehead's crunched up, or your cheeks or your eyes are squinted, or wherever you're at. And just kind of relax our face. Okay, now we're going to do a soft gaze over the tip of our nose. So basically, we want to kind of do a gentle, defocused glance, or not glance, but a continuous look gently over the tip of our nose. And if you're wearing glasses like me, you might notice the bottom of the rims of the glasses. It can be challenging for some. You can even take your glasses off if that causes an issue. I think I might do that. And continue to just take a few breaths, breathing normal. And we're just looking maybe gently over the tip of our nose if we can, or just down in a general direction. But we're not intently focusing on anything. We're just trying to actually stay a little defocused. That's that soft gaze we talk about. So I'll give you a few seconds to see if you can figure that out, if you haven't already. Dial that in a bit. We're just in this C sensory category. We're just noting this soft gaze of whatever's in front of us, but not looking too intently on any aspect of it. Almost allowing the whole field of vision to be in your awareness. And there's not a lot of effort in this, and actually it's the opposite. It's almost, you can use a little feel rest, a little relaxation in the body to continue to help support the soft gaze. course, there can be distractions or noises or thoughts or things that come up that draw our attention away from what we're trying to focus on. We just notice when that happens and then gently return it back to a soft gaze. Just a soft gaze, gently downward. Noticing a relative lack of activity going on, like a softness to that open gaze. And your vision may fluctuate a little bit or may get a little surreal or have various changes as you really soften your gaze and relax into it. Maybe lines are fuzzy and soft. And whatever's going on, we're just observing it. Whether it's really interesting or of no consequence, we have no attachment to what is happening. We're just simply seeing. Soft gaze. Gently defocused. There are distractions or your mind starts to wander. Just be kind to yourself. It's perfectly normal. And gently return your attention back to the soft gaze. Slightly defocused or unfocused. We're just sitting in this relatively restful sight. Maybe things as your vision adjusts and tries to track and then unfocuses and tries again. Or all sorts of things can happen when you're just trying to gently do a soft gaze. Or maybe it's a nice, consistent, soft state for you. Either way, we're just noticing, noting what's going on in the C category of our sensory experience. All right. Let's go ahead and start to bring it back wherever you're at. And just kind of return to a normal focus. Uh, and we're back. We can just end it right there. So that was just working on our soft gaze technique and developing that a little bit and getting interested in it. I think that's an interesting technique, especially with me without my glasses on. Everything's a little bit blurry. So there was some neat stuff going on that I was able to observe and kept me engaged as I was working on the sensory clarity aspects of that. So hopefully that was interesting to you and you learned how to do or work with the soft gaze. So if there's ever a time where you don't feel like closing your eyes, or maybe you're having trouble falling asleep, so you want to work with your eyes open when you're doing your practice, you can implement that soft gaze. And you'll find with that soft gaze, if you're doing some other practice outside of the C practice, that you can really kind of drop away from that sensory perception of sight when it's in that soft gaze status and work with the other sensory experiences because it's can be restful and not drawing your attention as much while you're working with the other stuff. So it can really come in handy. So with that, I hope everybody's doing good. Day 18. I'm excited. 12 more days to go. Let's do this.